Hello everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I'm Denise. Hope you guys are doing well. As always, sending you lots of love. Anyway, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be checking into Vajanki, I don't know what to call them anymore, Jared and Ivanka, and see how things are going for them. So, mostly legally, but whatever comes through the cards, you know how it goes. So anyway, hold on while I bring the other camera overhead and bring you over my table. Okay, one moment. Okay, so I'm using Pam's Recolored Tarot, and let me allow for reversals here. So setting the intention to see Vajanki's, Ivanka and Jared's month, or about a month or so. I looked in my video library and I noticed I hadn't read on them since August, I think. Yeah, I think it was the end of August, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but anyway. So I'm going to do the forces in motion, the challenges. I'm going to do a column for their plans, actions, the karma that's hanging over them, and then 4 cards for the future. Let me make some room over here, actually. Oh. Okay. All right. So let me let go of my personal bias and just ask for the truth. What is coming up for this couple? Okay. All right. Ooh. So that's the forces in motion situation. 5 of Cups and then 4 of Swords is their challenge. Yeah, no rest for the wicked, right? Okay. No good sleep there. Okay, so their plans. Here. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. So I'll just hold on to this over here. Their actions. Yeah. Giving to get, I suppose. Actions. Okay. The karma that's hanging over them. A big stick and a lot of problems. Okay, and then their future. Come on here. Wow, I wonder if they're going to be losing their new home that they built in was it West Palm Beach? Interesting. Okay, so let me make some room here. Get these out of the way. And I also want to see what's on the bottom of the deck, so let's set those aside over here. Okay, so here we go. So these 2 cards have a lot of power over the entire reading. Just remember these 4 of the future over here. Okay. Interesting. I kind of have an intuition that this Temperance reversed is meant to go up here over the in this area. So I'll go ahead and just put it in here. I guess when it flipped over, I was like, I feel like that goes ahead on the top, but. So let's just go with that and get this going here. Chopstick is here. Okay, so Of course, Five of Cups is our card of disappointment. You don't get to the cross over that bridge into new life unless you're willing to turn around and look at what you have left. So I am sure that this has to do with Letitia James's lawsuit against Trump Organization. And I have gotten many times that that Ivanka had flipped best as she, or she did as much as she could to keep herself out of trouble. So she probably gave up a lot of information. We know that Weisselberg did, which is why he only gets 5 months in Rikers. And he's going in, I think, next month in October. And so, but this, this civil case is likely to go to trial, this fall. So, right, yeah, anytime. Against Trump Org, the Letitia James trial. And it would bring everything that they had from, remember, Alvin Bragg. So anyway, that's why there's no rest. With the Four of Swords reversed, there's just, it's major stress. It's tons of anxiety for being greedy, basically, right? But sometimes it has to do with just being, because you can see when it's on its side, there's no lying down and resting or self-reflection or meditation. We can read it on its side this way, where they're standing up and ready to go, but look at the image, right? They're going to go towards 3 swords. They might have 1 sword back here, but they could grab, but if they go forward, it's like, doesn't matter. Wherever they go, they're going to be hurt. Or if you read it as the reversal, of course, you're falling on your swords. So that is exactly what's going on. It makes sense to me legally, with what's going on in their lives. So anyway, plans. Well, with the Page of Pentacles reversed, I don't think they have a good plan. I think this is all just a bunch of, bad news that they've been going through. I don't think that they have any goals that will go anywhere because, it's reversed. So, yeah. And then with the Magician reversed, I think that that's probably them under the, under the grifting father that she's grown up with, and that his father was a dirtbag, just awful. So between the two of them, they've had terrible role models for how to conduct business. But with Ivanka being a Scorpio, she's probably digging her heels in, trying to figure out a way to take care of herself. So, she's probably really holding on. So their plans are ineffective and have everything to do with lying. When we have the Magician reversed, there's no real mental focus except for lying and deceiving. Sometimes it's that you can't make a good decision. Like your tools that you normally had in the past don't work for you anymore. I think that's what's going on. Their actions with the Six of Pentacles, they're going to give anything to get out from under what they're going through. And this is probably mostly Ivanka, but then again, yeah. As far as running the Trump org, Jared doesn't have anything to do with it. It would only be Ivanka. But between the two of them, maybe they go forward to try and get a new loan, because with these two cards, it's not bad at all. Or maybe they've been with their hand out to their dad saying, you know, that I don't really know. As far as their actions, though, they're going to be giving to get is what I'm feeling with this one. And then with the Page of Wands, I think they're going to be just putting themselves out. They're acting like they're optimistic, and you know what I mean? It's like these 4 cards don't go together. They don't jive. So their plans don't match their actions, right? Because no good plans, and then what do we have with the Six of Pentacles? Is like somebody who's generous and giving to the poor. Well, that's not them. And the poor doesn't care about them. So these cards don't make sense. So I have a feeling it has something to do with trying to get a loan and acting very optimistic, but it doesn't go well. What's hanging over them as far as karma goes is some big stick coming down on them. Womp womp, you know. I think it's legal. And then with the Temperance reversed, well, again, there's you know, risk involved. There's major imbalance and major bad decisions. And so I feel like they're not going to get out from under, and then that's especially reiterated here. They're not going to get out from under their legal issues, or at least she's not. And we know that he's been heavily invested in, you know, the whole family. He was, you know, X45's right-hand man. You know, Jared will do it. Give it to Jared. He'll figure it out. Yeah. So he's got a world of hurt coming down on him, is what I just heard with this one. I don't feel like he's going to be able to get out from under, you know, like he's been such a, well, yeah, I mean, I'm feeling MBS in here. I'm feeling Khashoggi. I'm feeling just all of the awful, awful things, you know, misappropriation of funds all over the place. PPP money, all types of other issues I feel are in here. And I don't think he's going to be able to get out from under this. Not at all. So he's worrying. He's overwhelmed. And I think that Ivanka is as well. On another level, this card can come through when you're having to take self-responsibility. And that's the only way out. So that's their karma. They have to take responsibility for the chaos they've created while they were in the Trump administration, and the grifting that she's been involved with all her life. And then their future. Ooh, look at these cards. Okay. There could be a loss of home. There's definitely a loss, you know, with after being booted out from the Trump, you know, he lost, so they're not there anymore, right? They're not a part of the homeland, so to speak. They could be arguing between each other, or there could be home, you know, issues. Now, with the King of Wands here, this would definitely be arguments and you know, the old ways of relating to with her dad are just gone. And she's trying, you know, they're both having to find their own way and maybe try to regenerate themselves away from this family. And I think she knows she's gone down. And then something comes through really quickly with the Eight of Wands. So in the near future, or, you know, I didn't put a timeline on this, but I'm thinking, you know, over this next month, maybe through the end of October is kind of what I was feeling. that there's going to be just tons and tons and tons of bad news. And then with the Nine of Swords reversed, they are going to have to face the past. They're going to be avoiding other people. They're going to be feeling disgraced if they have shame, you know, and just major struggles. The Nine of Swords doesn't get better because it's reversed. It actually makes it worse. The swords are the most difficult suit of the tarot, of the pips, you know. So, interesting. Okay, so what was on the bottom? Oh, yeah, Seven of Wands reversed. So they don't have a leg to stand on, basically. They're feeling overwhelmed and like giving up. You know, no confidence. Total loss of control. And then the Four of Cups reversed. Well, with this one, this could have something to do with some new goals. And then the Six of Swords reversed. They're not really going to get away, I don't think. I mean, it's like no easy transition for them, at the least. Interesting. Okay, so let's let me put these aside and let's look at Kipper and see, because that system is so rich with symbols and information for so I'm using this deck here, Ciro Marchetti's end of the century Kipper, Fundistical, something like that. Okay, but anyway, this deck is this system is so good for legal issues and seeing all the people involved. Okay. So I'll do 15 cards and just get some quick legal information. And I definitely will bring it into, you know, over the next month. So we're at the end of September. Let's bring it into towards the end of October. What will be their experience legally? Well, on all levels, but we'll see if there are legal issues that come through. How's this going to go for them? And it could go out a little further than the month. I mean, why make it finite? How about just let the cards tell us their future? Especially, especially with the, you know, Letitia James investigation. Man, she came through with a big stick, didn't she? Okay, 1, 2, 3. It's funny, they all seem to be over on that one side. And I will absolutely show you what's on the bottom of the deck, too, when we get there. Oh, looks like it's Don Jr. or Eric on the bottom there. Okay, so here's their assets. Their fortune, their success. I think I'm going to have to move these all the way up. Oh, my goodness. Wow. To get both of these cards in one spread and right next to each other. Ooh, there are the changes, there are the legal. Whoa, and to have these two together. Wow. Oh boy. Yeah, good luck for these guys, man. They're gonna talk about facing. Wow. So I don't have, you know, imprisonment here, of course, but what we do have Oh, actually, I have a little more room than I realized. Okay. So, with the theme here, we have, cheaters, right? This card's all about cheating. It's also enemies coming down on them. People who are about to expose you. This guy back here could take his mask off and tell the truth about something. But it's mostly cheating, and they've been avoiding the issues for such a long time. But now there's this investigation. This is literally the grand jury investigation that will be coming up. The grand jury trial, and they have strategies that will not work because of these surrounding cards. Whatever their strategy is, it's nothing but a big old distraction. They're going to suffer a loss because of their lack of responsibility. And I don't think they're going to end up broke. I still think they're going to have some assets. I'm not saying anything like that, but they're going to have to make new plans. Now, this card is not just their assets; it's the whole, Trump clan, and Trump organization will be going through a change. Maybe they will only be able to have businesses overseas. I guess they can, Letitia James and the DOJ, they can, New York State can come down on them in such a way that they're not able to, they'd have to dissolve Trump org and pay a huge fine, and it could go, even though she was, Letitia James was naming something like a 250 million. They're saying it could go up to like it could end up getting 750 million or $1 billion by the time, because we're talking bank fraud, insurance fraud, and tax fraud, just like I've been saying for a long time, which is all of this. And she's tied into it. I think she's already flipped, but with the, so maybe this card is just about what they long for. They long to run away and get away from it, but they're too tied into it. And there will be a decree that comes down, and it's going to cause just, lots and lots and lots of worry and stress. This gift card is no big deal. It's not, well, this card's good. It's hard to make this card bad, but with legal cards around it and deception, these two cards, that's what I'm saying, they're not going to be totally broke, but it's going to cost. So I do see that they're not going to get out from under this New York State investigation, and they have all the documents. I mean, they've had it since Mary Trump gave all those records over to I can't remember her name now. The gal that works for the New York Times. Oh goodness, I can see her face and I can't remember her name. But anyway, she gave all that paperwork up in 2019, so they've had it for all this time. They've poured over it, they've gone through so much detail. And the rules, so they have all the documents they need. And like they were saying on the news, this is a documents case, and you can't get out from underneath it. So those are the rules weighing down. And yes, this teamwork, partnership, this card would include Weisselberg and all the adult spawn. And then to have the gift as the answer card here, I feel like they're going to have an offer to kind of minimize the stress a little bit. I think they're going to have an offer to settle. Let's see what was on the bottom. This is the wealthy man would be the brothers, so Eric and Don Jr. This is a supportive woman to Jared, so I think that this is, I honestly think, I'm just going to do this, honestly think this is his mom. Okay, so, because this has to be Jared, because the reading is on both of them. This is the mother or a elderly confidant that's very supportive. And we know it's not Ivana anymore. Unless they're talking to her from the other side, but I don't think she's any help, honestly. And this is our card for 3 months or so. So within 3 months, Ivanka, I'm sorry, what am I saying? Jared is going to know where he stands. And Ivanka's right there with him. And then, you know, this card isn't good. That card's just terrible, terrible. And the family room is everybody closely, you know, connected. It's also a card of like the soul journey, your inner landscape that you're going on. But they're headed for change. This goes with that four. Remember the Four of Wands reverse we had over here? This looks to me like home change. I'll go ahead and let's just move these cards out of the way in case you guys want to like screenshot this or something and look at it further for knighting. And so if we knight here, change, that happens because of the lie. So the top row is very, very weighty, powerful. It weights on top of the other cards. So the lies and deception is what causes the change, and the rules that have been broken for years and years and years. I mean, they could go back, the IRS could go back and charge them. Just imagine, you know, think about that. Charge them interest on the monies that should have been paid over the years of the tax money. This would go to Trump Org. This could break Trump Org completely, dissolve the corporation or the organization in the United States, and they're only left with other, countries. And that could be the strategy, knighting these together, the strategy that they're going to be looking towards to, you know, they're probably going to try and get out of Dodge. And someone may make them an offer from another country. Yeah, sure, come with us. But all the documents are there. That's what's causing them the most problems. They can't get out from underneath because this is a documents case. And all of these like false pretenses that they've been bonded together with, false pretenses and partnerships for the whole family and anyone else involved in Trump organization, I think will be revealed. Because this courthouse card is just so very, very telling, and it knights up here to the thief card. So bottom line is charges will be pressed. Of course, they have been. The lawsuit's already been pressed from Letitia James, but now this is the discovery that will come out from the the grand jury trial, which will bring them, so I'm knighting here to here, which will bring them just amazing stress they can't get out from underneath. And maybe the gift card is also there to give us a little laugh because it's kind of a gift to us to finally see some justice with these three cards here, and tying in all the people who were together. These cards knight together here, right? The Great Fortune card is the abundance of the clan, the family clan, and then all of the partnerships, the teamwork, all of the, well, on one level, this could be about negotiating, but there's only so much they can do. You know, I mean, the banks that funded them could come down on them and say, hey, you know, false pretenses. Remember Mazars or Mazars, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. They backed out a long time ago saying we can't guarantee any of the paperwork. I mean, they saw this coming. Was that maybe a year ago? Oh, yeah. They couldn't, their own accounting, Trump.org's own accounting firm would no longer take responsibility for the documents that they had. So I feel like Mazars is in here too. Yeah, so this is not going to go well for them, bottom line. So, okay, I guess that's it. That's all I have. Thanks, you guys, for hanging in there with me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Okay, bye.